we have one more speaker before the march, but then we have a closing program afterwards. So don't worry, we're not done. We have many organizations and speakers that are still going to come. Is that okay with y'all? Yeah! Are you going to stick with us to the end? Yeah! Are you going to stay loud? Yeah! Are you going to stay proud? Yes! And are we going to win peace once and for all? Yeah! All right, I can get with that. Now, our very last speaker before we march is Mike Prysner. Now, Mike is an anti-war veteran who's organizing soldiers' resistance to the war, producer of Empire Files, and the host of the Eyes Left podcast. Please welcome Mike Prysner.
So I'm excited to take these streets and show the world where we stand.
Yeah!
Whose streets?
Our streets!
Whose streets?
Our streets!
And make some noise if you think what Trump did was a war crime. Make some noise if you think this Senate should remove this president for that war crime. If this government was a people's government, that's what they'd be doing right now.
Yes.
They wouldn't be debating about the strategy of how he did it, or how good or how couth it was. They'd be saying this was a crime, and he could be brought to jail and taken out of office for that crime.
That's right!
Now, I haven't written anything down in a long time, but I did today, because I feel like today is just as dire, just as critical as the days before the U.S. invaded Iraq.
Yes!
When it was critical that people came out to voice their opposition and to start building the networks that were necessary to fight against it. We're at that moment again now. We haven't been at a bigger moment in a long time, in 15 years, since March of 2003. But I wanted to take it back a little bit further first. When I was 7 years old, in 1990, I remember writing letters to George H.W. Bush, telling him not to go to war with Iraq in 1990. But they did. And U.S. warplanes burned civilians alive in their cars while they were escaping the battlefield. And we bombed that country for a decade from that point on. Sanctioned the country that killed 1 million civilians. And then Clinton came into office. What did he do? He bombed Iraq. And then 2003 comes around. We demonstrated in 2003 also. Actually, the biggest day of world protest ever in global history was in February in the lead up to the Iraq war. But they still went to war and they invaded. They killed 1 million Iraqis. They subjected the Iraqi people to untold brutality and horrors and terrorism on a daily basis, occupying their streets. And now here we are again today, on the eve of another major war in Iraq, this time bringing Iran into it. And we are here to say that just as we've been here through the past 30 years of you refusing to give the Iraqi people peace, that we'll be here to fight you every step of the way. And it's also important to say, and I say this as someone who was a part of that invasion of Iraq in 2003, who occupied that country for a year. Right now it's easy for Democrats and some in the media to criticize Trump for this action. But I tell you what, if any U.S. soldiers die in the next couple days in retaliation by Iraqi forces or Iranian forces, they're going to fold very quickly and they're going to be beating Trump for war too. So it's important to say now, if any U.S. soldiers are killed in Iraq where they shouldn't be as a result of Trump's action, that is Trump's fault. That is not the Iraqi people's fault. We need to blame the generals in the Pentagon who created this situation, and we need to honor the Iraqi people's demand for all U.S. forces to leave the country now. You know, I was told we invaded Iraq to bring Iraqis democracy. Well, now they have a parliament, and now parliament said we have to get out. So if we want to honor Iraqi democracy, we have to leave now, and that's the only answer. It's incredible. It's so incredible to see so many people out here demonstrating against this war, and with dozens of cities all across the country. I don't know if you've seen it yet. Thousands of people are coming out alongside you to oppose this war, and we need to keep that going. But there's a lot of people who are advocating the war and saying that this is a good thing and saying that we need to escalate it. Well, you know, what do all those people have in common that are advocating for the war? What do they all have in common? They're all rich. And I don't mean just rich, I mean rich. I don't mean like drive a fancy car rich, I mean like they don't drive their own car rich. The people that are telling us to go to war live lives that we can't even imagine. But the people of Iran, the people of Iraq, if you take away the different language, you take away the different culture, we have a lot in common with them, right?
Yes.
What's life like there? You go to work, try to save a little bit of money, to have a future, those kind of things, the things that we all worry about, right? Can you fathom what it's like to be a Raytheon CEO? Can anyone imagine it? No. Can anyone imagine what it means? What it'd be like to be a shareholder of an oil company? No. How about a CNN anchor? Can we relate to that kind of life?
No.
The people that want us to go to war, we can't even fathom it. Can anyone fathom what it's like to be a billionaire? No. Have 20 houses? Have 5 yachts? None of us can imagine that. Yet these are the people that are leading the charge for war, that are funding the think tanks that turn out all the New York Times articles and talking heads in the media to tell us why we have to go. We have far, far more in common with the people they want to kill than the people that are telling us we have to go kill them. And it's always the rich who make war, and it's always the poor who die. On both sides. Now I want to talk right now directly to all the U.S. service members. I was one of you 15 years ago, and I was in this same situation. Now the people that are telling you to go to war, guess what? Those are the same people that are calling your phone asking for your student debt payment back.
That's right.
Those are the same people calling saying you owe some healthcare debt. Those are the same banks that are knocking on your door saying your house is going to get taken away if you don't pay your mortgage on time. Those are the people that are trying to send you to war right now. And not to mention these politicians, these silver spoon, Ivy League, elite politicians. They have already proven what they will do in this situation. We know from the Iraq War, my generation went through it. And what do they teach us that you need to know now? That number one, they will lie. They will lie about why we need to go to war, just like they're lying now, just like they lied then. They will lie to you. And guess what? When that war starts going bad for them, as it inevitably will, and a lot of us start dying, what are they going to do? They're going to keep lying, and they're going to send more of you to die. And more of you to die. Because they don't want to take responsibility. But guess what? They're not getting their legs blown off, and they don't have any kids on the battlefield, so they don't care. And then what's going to happen? When you come home, wounded, injured, traumatized, what are they going to do? Are they going to help you? No! They're going to punish you. They're going to ridicule you. They're going to kick you to the curb. These politicians have shown they don't care if you hang yourself in your closet when you get back. They don't care if you go out to the woods and shoot yourself. They don't care if you end up on the streets right here in Skid Row. They have proven they do not care about our lives, and they have no right to dictate any control over our lives. But you have the right, you have the legal and moral right to say no to their orders and say no to their war. Now, I just want to say that as I wrap up, yesterday I put out a statement saying anyone in the U.S. military who thinks this is wrong and wants to refuse orders to take part in an Iran war to contact me. And over the past day, I've been talking to over 25 active duty service members who say they're going to refuse this war. That is just with my small statement. And so being here today, you are raising that message, reaching people that can build the kind of movement we have here inside the ranks of the military to try to stop this war from happening.
Shut it down!
And finally, I'll say that yes, Trump needs to be removed. Yes, it's the right-wingers in the Pentagon in Washington that are doing this, but let me ask you this. We've been bombing Iraq for 30 years straight. Through Democrat, Republican, Democrat, Republican, Democrat, Republican. We've been in endless wars. Through Democrat and Republican. My entire life. This country's been at war for most of the people here. Your entire life. We've been occupying and bombing. Why is that? It's because imperialism is not a policy of a particular president. It is a system. It is a system that only cares profit. Not even just for the military-industrial complex, we're just making money off this war right now. Not just for the oil companies whose stock prices just shot up, but for the big investment bankers who just need to invest in new places. That's it. That's the reason. It's a barbaric system. And the way you fight that system is by not just fighting a president, but by building a movement for a better world. We built a multinational movement, a multiracial movement, a multi-gender movement, a multi-generational movement. If we all understand that what we have in common is our class, our working class situation in this country, that unites all of us. And if we come together on that basis, on what unites us, we are more powerful than anything the billionaires can buy. We can fight them. We can take them out of power. We can build a new society based on human need and the planet over profit. So say it with me. Refuse to fight a rich man's war.
Refuse to fight a rich man's war! Refuse to fight a rich man's war! Refuse to fight a rich man's war!
In March.
You know, they say history repeats itself. So every time they start one of their wars, we stand up and we fight back. Is that right? The same way they said it before. We say, hell no, we won't go.
Hell no, we won't go!